working scoop against his slash. So we do it off of your open position, 4 count, fluid motion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is an attribute drill where you go from the crash to the scoop. So I can answer each one of those. So we'll break it down this way. I can scoop with my left hand. I can scoop with my right hand. Off of that side, I can scoop with the right or the left. Doesn't matter. What I've found to really make a scoop work effectively, if you get way up here on the stick, he's traveling so fast that you're going to be ineffective. So really, I gun for his hand and use it just like I would a parry. So I use it just like that. So it's basically a riding parry. So I can do that with either stick. Do it again. Here. One more time with the left here. Right. Because it is not a padded stick, I'm going to stay off of his hand a little bit, hit higher up on the stick. But if I was using this as a tactic, I'm going to try and get on that hand and get the hit. You do the attribute drills until you can insert it where you need to insert it, and it just happens. So you're not thinking that you're going to use that. Most of it is out of necessity because of the position you're in from where you're at, and the scoop is the thing that's going to pick up his counter more than anything else. It's just faster, quicker, it's there. So especially off this half beat stuff, he beats on one. See, I'm scooping his stick at the same time clipping his hand. I have this lineman on him right now. Now he thrusts with that left hand. Ah, that's the quickest thing that I can get. Now I'm ready for this hand again. He comes in with that hand. It's You know, it's just where you have to use it. You know, and that's based on proximity, timing, position, all these things. But the attribute builds it into you. That scoop motion is this fleeting thing that happens maybe once in the exchange. You're not going to do it multiple times like this. You're doing this multiple times to build it in to get the motion, right? So when he feeds his slash, one drill is off of his right forehand is to scoop with either hand. When you scoop, then the other hand gets in position, and then to recognize my left hand is chambered and it's ready to go, and from there I can do any of the geometry on diagonals, on my horizontal set, any of the verticals, any of the thrusts. Okay, so I can do that. So I scoop with my right and I have striking patterns here. I scoop with my left. 2, 1, 4, 3, horizontal, vertical. You know, I can still do all the geometry off of my right hand. And then you're going to want to work this where you scoop and you do right-left. So you start to develop flow off of 4 and 8 counts, off of the open position. Open position is the fastest. Anytime you start doing closed position or broken tight motion, you're adding a half a beat to your timing. With the flow of open position, you don't have that stop and you're going to go a lot faster. Another thing I try and always do is alternate right to left and not do a lot of multiple hits with one hand unless I'm just in a position and that's the weapon that's going to find the target. Or one is like stuck because it's trapped, or I'm using it to check, and then multiple hits with the other stick makes sense, right? But as far as flow at range, especially at long range when I'm gunning for his hands and arms, I want to do this in a flowing pattern where I can go through right? I want that kind of flow. So there's no break in the motion. Not 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do 6 or 8 almost as fast as I can do 4 of the other method. So, off of that, let's say I scoop off of my left. And now from here I start that pattern where I'm doing an open 4 count. Using my footwork pattern, maybe I chase and press him back. Maybe he's changed and come in on me and I'm having to off angle and move in that fashion. Also attached to that is all your segedas motion. Like that. So, with that said, he feeds, and off of his feed, I'm going to work multiple patterns. Right? So I did that off of, I think I did that with my right. Yeah. So, right. So now I'm going to do the scoop with my left. And then you would do that working off of the outside. Right. Do this scoop. Okay. And then multiple strikes. You want to keep enough range. You notice I'm not hitting him a whole lot. I'm keeping that range, so all I have to do is move in and out to be able to hit. At the same time, understanding that he might off angle and press me where I have to back him. So it might be that I have to move back or sidestep to get out of his way. And at the same time hit him. Okay, so with this drill I would feed a single, 3 scoops, and then work a pattern. Feed a single, feed, work a pattern. I might feed on backhand. Nice, good job, good job. So that's the drill. So now we're going to get more specific with that same drill, and as he thrusts, one hand's going to scoop and one hand's going to thrust. Feet on backhand. Feet on one hand's going to scoop, one hand's going to thrust, one hand's going to scoop, thrust. You can also do it like this. You can do scoop, hit, thrust, like this. But essentially, and we'll develop that a little bit more in a minute, but really either hand scoops and then counter with the appropriate thrust off of that, right? So if he feeds here, the natural thing would be my forehand, right? If he feeds again and I do this scoop, the backhand. I mean, feeds the left hand, same idea one more time with the left hand, like this. Could be on backhand with the right. So I scoop and thrust again, scoop and thrust. Back, forehand, come on backhand, 1, 2, one more time, hit, hit. That's the drill. As simple as that. Learning how to basically scoop his stick and get in position for your thrust. Later we'll develop this where you're scooping and slashing at the same time. So see, I'm attacking his hand. He comes in and doing the scoop at the same time. You know, I might hit his hand and try and damage it, and if the stick's still there, come behind it and scoop and then follow. There's multiple ways you can do this, but essentially you're looking at this entry drill on scoop with and simultaneous thrust. So these are together. You're going to block or strike with one stick and scoop with the other, and then go in for your thrust. So with this one off of his one, my go-to, my primary shot here is to scoop and at the same time clip his hand. I'm scooping and at the same time I'm clipping him. I have this line of sight position right here, and from there I can scoop. So this one that is doing the scoop is also the first one in. This covering in case he comes with that hand. Well, now you go ahead and hit it. Pop! I can hit it here. On this one, I do the thrust and he scoops. So this is the recounter to the move we did earlier. From that scoop, I'm going to use a momentum to come around and hit like this to this position while this one checks. From here, you can finish with segedas or whatever motion you want. So that's on this side. So that you're showing the counters for his thrust. Scoop at 1, 2, 3, On my thrust and his scoop, I'm using the momentum of that to hit drumming, segedas, whatever you want to finish with, or multiple hits with your 8 count. Do the same thing on the inside. So we go to here, I go to thrust, he scoops it, I'm going to check and hit the hand, boom, pop, pop, and then drumming and segedas. So I'm entering on his 2 like this. He goes to thrust, so he has a thrust. Here's my scoop. 1, 2, hit or check and thrust. So we go crash and two. 1, check, hit, thrust, and then on the inside.